So around here at TechBeam, we love computers, and why wouldn't we? We're a tech channel. We also love taking computers apart, and that's what we're doing with this old Gateway laptop here today. And hopefully, once we're done taking it apart, we can get it back together. The other reason we're taking it apart is it looks disgusting inside. So yeah, we're probably going to clean it up while we're inside there too. So we're here with Michael. Say hi.
I'm mute.
I don't think that's actually true. You are more on the quietish side. Anyway, so this is his laptop that he has graciously let us, take apart, or is going to graciously let us take apart. So with that being said, I figured we should probably have him be a part of the video. Mm-hmm. And you've seen him before when we were doing our how to redneck wire your house for internet and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a link, I think, right here-ish or something. We'll also put a link down in the description as well. So we've got our little toolkit right here. I don't want to tilt it too much, there we go, to help us take this thing apart. So we've taken all the little covers off and stuff like that. Also, one other thing you want to remember, always take the battery out of anything that you're working on. Make sure it's powered off. And if it doesn't have a battery, it's got like a AC power adapter, make sure the thing is unplugged. Because you don't want to be working on something and ding, zap yourself. So, anyway, even though that would be hilarious to watch. Not hilarious to have happen to you, but hilarious to watch.
At first, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we just bad people for saying that?
No. Let's get back to the task at hand.
Yes. All right. So, in many cases, you can actually disassemble laptops from the inside. I know absolutely nothing about this laptop.
Now remember this.
And each laptop is able to be disassembled in its own way.
There's screws on the bottom.
There are screws on the bottom on this one. First things first-ish. Oh, I figure, you know what, let's just start taking screws out. Alright, so we've removed the screws from the bottom of it. Now what we're going to do, we're going to try to liberate the bottom from the computer here. You always want to be careful. Come on in here real quick with the camera. We're going to actually undo the screen there. So you always want to be careful. I don't know if you can see inside of here, but there's a bunch of cables and stuff like that. You always want to be careful not to rip any of those cables out from their spots or anything like that. So our next step is going to be to try to liberate this from here and not break anything.
Yes, that's what we're doing here.
So we've managed to liberate our power button, our keyboard. We've got our trackpad disconnected, and now we're just simply trying to separate the top half of the case from the bottom half of the case. It's always important when you're doing stuff to work slowly so that you don't rip any cables. And also, especially like things like the Wi-Fi antennas here, we took a picture of these so that we know where they go when we put this thing back together. Alright, so we managed to liberate the screen from the bottom assembly here. Oh, no, feel this real quick. Yeah, it's a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. And the screen adds quite a bit of weight to it. So anyway, so we've got this thing pretty much torn apart-ish. And so our next step is going to be, we're going to replace the CMOS battery in this thing. Rip opening the packaging here. I think just going to go in there like that. Wonderful.
Look at that, that's the right one.
Go off to the side. Okay, next step is to, we've got it all cleaned out and everything, so go grab the display, I guess. That, I believe, would be the next thing to go back in.
You plug the display back in instead.
So, you're going to want to put the little feet in here. So So the feet, oh, we don't crack it first. We're gonna go in. We're probably gonna have to, well, we got some cables to connect and stuff like that. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll continue with, I was gonna say demolition, but it's not demolition, it's, I guess, reconstruction?
Reconstruction.
So we've got the back cover back on. We've got some little doors that we gotta put back on here at some point. Screen's back on. And so now, what we're gonna do is hook up our trackpad again. Maybe we should have done this before we screwed everything back in. So trackpad's back on. Keyboard. You want to go grab that for me, please? So most of the time your trackpads, your keyboards are going to be pretty similar installation across all laptops. So you're going to have a ribbon cable underneath usually. So what you want to do, if you want to come in here real quick, is just carefully slide your ribbon cable back in. You can lift the keyboard up a little bit here. I'm doing this at an angle, so that is also making this a little more difficult. So it also looks like, oops. I don't think that door was supposed to come out all the way there. There we go. Open that up a little bit. Slide this back in. Close those off. There we go. On our keyboard, after we clean it up a little bit, just slide back into place here. Set it down. We got a couple screws to put in. We got to put this back in, and then I think all we have to do is put our hard drive back in, battery, a couple doors, and we should be done. In talking, we decided to take off the heat sink here. So this is the cooler right here. I'm gonna disconnect this fan right here. So here's our processor, whatever the heck this thing is right here, but we're going to put some new thermal paste on and then finish putting all the doors back on and call this project done. Alright, well, we've got it back together. There's 2 extra screws, which normally isn't a good thing, but sounds solid.
As long as they're not rattling around.
As long as something's not rattling around. Let's see here. Phoenix BIOS 4.0 release 6.0 copyright. The screen looks really, really dim. Oop. Hey, there we go. So it looks like it posted for us, which well, that's a good first step.
Yes, that's always a good first step.
Let's see. We're just going to hit F1 to resume. See if we can't get into Linux here. Hey, that's a good sign as well. All right, so it looks like we've taken the thing apart, put it back together, got it cleaned up a little bit. So it's working out. I think we're possibly going to put XP back on it, sort of a Linux distribution. So we'll see how all that goes. Probably won't make a video on that. It's pretty simple. There's lots of other videos on how to install an operating system. So that's going to do it for this one. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. I know you wanted to watch Michael struggle to put the thing back together, but I was feeling nice. Anyway, leave comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't done that already, and turn on the bell so you get notifications whenever we upload a new video. Until next time, my name is Carlos. We'll see you right here on TechBeat.